So it's a really, really, really hot Saturday. Like 92 degrees Fahrenheit. Feels like 192 or something like that with our humidity. So I've been on the computer finishing editing a wedding today. And it was late. It's getting late. And it was time to get out of the house and go where it was cooler. So this is where we are. My very favorite place on this farm. Our creek. There's nothing better than hearing the kids laugh, watching them play with the puppies and the dogs, and just being able to literally chill out. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so little like what would you call this? Like, not rendezvous, like reminiscing. That's the word I'm looking for. Not rendezvous. I'm rendezvousing at the creek with my kids, which really isn't a rendezvous at all. But anyway, what I was going to say is that when I was little, one of my very favorite places to go with my family was to the mountains. I've always liked the mountains better than the coast or the beach. I don't know why. It's just how I am. It's just in my blood. So my very favorite thing to do when we would go to the mountains, it is so loud. It's so loud out here. But we're outside, so I can't tell them to be quiet because we're at a creek where there's absolutely no one near us for like 2 or 3 miles. Anyway, so one of my best memories growing up is taking trips to the mountains. First of all, I am a child of the 80s. I was born slightly before the 80s, but I grew up in the 80s. And so my brother and I got to travel in style in the back of a single cab, because I think that's all he had. I don't know. Chevy. My dad had a Chevy. And with a camper shell, and we would ride in the back under the camper shell on a piece of plywood with a little like pallet made on it. It was basically awesome. And then they had the little sliding glass window, so we would get to talk to mom and dad through that, and yeah, it was fun. It's really a shame that our kids won't get to experience that, you know, laws and stuff that they've changed. But anyway, so my favorite thing to do when we would take our truck and we would go to the mountains was to stop at creeks. Like, my dad would just stop in a random place, probably on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and we would just get out and we would go play in a creek. And that was my most favorite thing to do. My kids are so loud. They're so loud, but they're having so much fun. So, and they're not bothering me, so it's all good. But anyway, that was my most favorite thing to do, was to stop and play in the creek. And lo and behold, I live on a farm, not in the mountains, but we have some really awesome creeks, and it reminds me of that. And I'm so excited that these 2 little angels, because that's really what I'm thinking, get to grow up on a farm with a creek to play in. So, I'd love to hear from you. What was your favorite thing to do or favorite place to go as a kid? Anybody else love creeks like me? Or is it just me? I don't know. There's something about water and rocks and trees and kids that just, they're peeing or something, that just makes for a fun time, right? And I guess basically what I want to say and remember is that these are the days. Like, these really are the days that we can't get back, that aren't going to be here forever. They're not going to be swimming shirtless in the creeks forever, y'all. And if anyone else needs that reminder or needs to hear it, I'm here to say it. We need to hold on a little bit tighter to these days, knowing that they're going to be gone before we can blink our eye. I know that. And some days are hard, and some days are long, and some days are really hard and really long. But it's worth it. It's worth taking these moments and this time together to remember what's really important, which is time together. And remembering that these really are the days.